Howdy, y'all. Caleb here. Oh, can you feel that hype level increasing? Tonight, GW gave us the rest of the new Seraphon range that they will be releasing here soon. We don't know exactly when, but it's coming soon. And boy, it's looking good. So let's take a look at some of these and just have some fun speculating on what they might look like. They did give us a video here. We won't play that with the sound going. Go watch that on their channel. But we see some just awesome stuff here. We've got a new Scar veteran on, basically on the cold one, but now that's got a new name. And it just looks, so good. So good. These dinosaurs look so much better than our Saurus Knights. Oh, yeah, that thing is just beautiful. And then we've got these riders here, which we'll talk about, that they showed off. Also, just an amazing looking unit. Just so sweet. Let's get down into these. So they've shown off what they said is the rest of our range that's getting updated. We've already had Source Warriors shown, the Raptordons, the two different variants of those. We've had the new Slon, the new Skink Starseer, the new Astrolith. So we've gotten some new units already shown, and this is going to be the rest of them. This first one is Aggradon Lancers. They said in the video, the release video, that these are replacing the Saurus Knights, our current Cold One riders. So that'll be interesting. From what he said, it sounds like our knights are gone and it's going to be replaced by this, which, I mean, that kind of stinks because if you're like me, you've got a ton of knights already painted. But to get these new units looks amazing. Yeah, that's fine. I'll kick my knights to the can to get some of these Aggradon riders. These guys look sweet. This is this is what we envision those riders looking like in our heads. So there's the drummer. We got a drummer. It looks like probably the champion, and then the banner. Unit of 3 is what all the pictures were showing. It's kind of hard to tell the base. It looks like this may not be on the bigger cavalry base. It may be on that just the standard cavalry base, because it does look a little bit. The base looks a little bit smaller than the one that's shown on this Scar veteran. Here's a Scar veteran. That base looks bigger. He said in the video, the Scar veteran is coming on the Fulminator size base, so it's that bigger cavalry base size. But this unit of 3 looks a little bit smaller base, so gonna be interesting. The 3 unit of cavalry is like it's the worst number to be at, because then if you reinforce it, you got to deal with cohesion issues. Maybe we'll get, so they've been given some of those cohesion rules to some of these newer units. Maybe we'll get that to where you have a bigger cohesion range, but maybe you don't need to reinforce these. But they look absolutely great. I love them. They had another picture here. Oh, here we go. Yeah. We also got one with a club. So lances and clubs on these Aggradon riders. It's going to take me a little while to get these names down. Fantastic looking model. I'm excited about that. The powerful Aggradon are vicious beasts that only the toughest of Saurus can tame. Yes, please. I did like this line. These thundering shock cavalry can break through the sturdiest enemy lines, tearing into their terrified foes, and foul-tempered, drooling bloodlust where other cavalry would get bogged down. So, that's flavor text. Let's hope this thing does a lot of damage. This is what I've been wanting in Seraphon for a while. Is like that heavy cavalry role. The knights are fun. The knights are great, but you really didn't fulfill that role. So this is gonna be a great unit. What different poses do we have? We have one just standing there with his arms out. We got one running. Is that? That's not the same pose there. He's got a little hero rock. Okay, so there's some different poses, some different heads as well, and different weapon options. Man, Can't wait for those guys. Then we also got our Source Scar Veteran on Aggradon. Also great looking. The Scar Veteran looks huge. So that he's definitely a bigger Source than these other ones. He's painted white, like you'll see some of the other Source heroes. You'll forgive me. I'm not the biggest lore guy, so fill me on which one of those heroes is the one that's always has white skin. But Source Scarvet looks great. I wonder if we're gonna have an old blood, if there's any variation to this kit. I don't think they showed any other pictures. Oh yeah. Here we go. Oh, he's even got the old Scarvet pick, the war pick. That was always fun to run. There were some builds where we would use that Scarvet with war pick and do some fun stuff because you could explode hits back in the day when you could just stack command points on command points. So that's nice to see that war pick coming back. He's got a big old banner behind him. Just such a great model. The Lances of Lizards are led by prodigiously skilled Scar Veterans mounted on Aggradons. Yes. The most violent beasts require a truly formidable rider, and such warriors master their mounts with a single-minded dedication to the old ones. Oh man, let's hope this thing actually buffs up the Aggradon riders. Sometimes you see these heroes and they won't actually buff up the units that they match. So surely they'll do that. Scar Veteran has always reasonably buffed up the knights, so that should be a fun combo there. Man, Battle line in a sub-faction, this would make a perfect unit for like a Kotal's Claw battle line option, because I want to run a whole army of these. So awesome. All right, but it just keeps getting better. Kroxigor. Finally, we get to see the Kroxigor. We've kind of known they've been coming from the rumor engine, and it makes sense. The Kroxigor is extremely old model. We've even got the Moonhammer. Great looking model, and it's not too far off from the old one. So I mean, the old one is definitely still going to be usable. Holds a lot of the same poses, and even the Moonhammer has a very similar pose. So not far from the old ones, but still a good looking model. It has an interesting thing here because we've got two different loadouts for these Kroxigor, so that's going to be interesting to see what the difference is. This one talks about this was a funny line. Source Warriors might have been working out, but the Kroxigor are absolutely yoked. Their hulking forms tower above skinks who often accompany them in a battle or combat. Man, I can't read right now. It's too late here. Where they pulverize foes with Drakemite mauls and colossal moonstone hammers. So definitely looking good there for the Kroxigor. But we have this other variant too, the Kroxigor War Spawned. It's gonna be interesting. If I'm guessing it's just another War Scroll. They definitely have different weapons, slightly different poses. Not too drastic, but they are a little bit different poses there. I'd imagine, it's all from the same kit, they said. But these War Spawned, they talked about them in the video like they're a little bit more feral. Like these War Spawned are bred just for war. So, it should be kind of interesting to see what kind of buffs they get. Might be just a slight variation. One gets a better save, one gets a little bit more damage. That's what I would imagine it would be, to kind of differentiate them. It does say the Chaos Kroxigor War Spawned are spawn bred, marked by the wrathful god Sotek. It does talk about here, let's see, these battle-bred brutes who are barely functional outside of combat, requiring... Gosh. All right. Requiring skink attendants to clean and feed them. Should anyone lay a finger on their devoted assistants, these crocodilian killers fly into a apoplectic rage. All right, I read that one better. That kind of goes back to some of their flavor text where these guys are always taken with skinks, and maybe we'll see a synergy with some skinks still. That was it was kind of fun with the old Kroxigor. If you took them in coalesced, that kind of wasn't didn't have a lot of synergies. They'll for sure be getting the elite keyword now, hopefully. But maybe they'll still have some synergies with some skink stuff, especially these war spawn. That's what the flavor text kind of points to. Hopefully it'll be better than just a +1 to hit, but they'll probably have some kind of synergies there with the skinks. I like these weapons. I really like these weapons. Those definitely seem more like a Seraphon weapon. I mean, that one. Well, okay, they all do. Moonhammer's classic. The gold trim around the stone is pretty standard Seraphon. But I like these a little bit more primal weapon there. That looks like it has more rend. Please give us more rend on that one. Yeah. They also showed off here, we've got a Seraphon army set coming. And so, you know, they do these battle boxes where this is basically the only way to get these models. I mean, you know, that'll be fine. This has stuff that you want. You probably aren't going to buy 2 of these because it comes with a salon. So they're kind of limited in how much you're going to buy there. But it looks like this Seraphon box is coming with 2 units of the Raptidons and a unit of Saurus Warriors and the salon. So a definitely a must buy. Obviously, we don't know what these War Scrolls are going to be yet, but this box will come with the Battle Tome and War Scroll cards for everything. And then it sounds like they're going to kind of trickle out the Aggradon the Aggradon riders and stuff probably slowly over time. So nice little box set there that will come with some of our new models. Hopefully those Raptidons and Aggradons. Raptidons are coming in that box, so that should be good. And our Battle Tome features the Aggradon riders on it. They're looking good. Anything else in that picture that sticks out? I'm trying to look. I don't see anything. They did give us a nice little glory shot here of all the army splayed out. And they did talk about how, you know, the stuff that they haven't shown us yet is all staying the same. So our Carnosaurs are staying the same. Not the same War Scroll, but the models are the same. So Carnosaurs are good to go. Stegodons are good to go. Troglodon, Croak, all those things are not getting refreshed. Skinks aren't getting refreshed. It doesn't appear that Guard is either, and that's kind of what we were speculating, because Guard were still available on the website right now. They took a bunch of stuff off the website, so Guard are still gonna stay the same, which I think those units looked good. From the video, it sounded like Knights are gone. We'll see if that actually pans out or not. But they are being replaced here by something much better. Oh, you know what? Let's see about base size here. Do we see the Scar Veteran on Aggradon here? I don't see him in the picture. Okay. I was going to see if he was on a bigger base size than the other guys. So maybe they're all on the same size, and the Raptidons are definitely on the smaller base. You can tell that there. So these Aggradons must be on the bigger cavalry base, because you can see that they look bigger than those Raptidons. Obviously perspective, but taking that into effect, they look like a bigger base. Kroxigor looked pretty beefy, and the Slon up there in the hero spot. So great looking stuff. Lots of I'm excited. I hope you guys are too. Hopefully we'll get some good rules in this, and hopefully it won't be too long until we see this sweet Battle Tome showing up in our hands. We have a couple books to release before then. Look like they've got Bone Reapers, Soul Blight. Was it Soul Blight or Flesh Eater Courts? And then another mystery book before ours. And then ours and the new edition. So we may be hitting with some of those new edition rules. Maybe, hopefully, the new GHB, not new edition. Sorry. 40K is getting a new edition. We're getting a new GHB in the summer, so hopefully our rules will feed into that new GHB pretty well. And I'm excited. Let me know below in the comments how excited you are. Let's go, guys. What are you doing? Are you going Aggradon or Raptidon? All right, guys. We'll see y'all later.